Hello guys, in this video we're going to talk about the homework chapter 12.2, the easy one. So for the first question, we need to determine whether each of the following sequence is an arithmetic sequence. So if you still remember that, to become an arithmetic sequence, what we have is to have a common difference, isn't it? So we want to have a common difference. So if they have a common difference for all of the terms, which means that it's an arithmetic sequence. So to calculate the common difference, you have to using the second term minus the first term, okay? And then use the third term minus the second term, and then use the fourth term minus the third term. So use the next term to minus the previous term, okay? So try to pause the video to calculate yourself this question 1. All right, so for question 1a, we can calculate the first common difference is going to be 10 minus 6 giving you 4, and then 14 minus 10 giving you 4 as well. Similar to 18 minus 14 is equal to 4 as well. So they have a common difference. The common difference equal to 4, so that is yes. And then for part B, is calculate a similar thing. We have using the 1 minus 8 giving you negative 7. So I won't write it again. So this is negative 7 as well. This is negative 7 as well. So this is yes. Okay, so for part C, it's actually the denominator is kind of this arithmetic sequence, but actually this is a fractions. So if you want to calculate the common difference D, is by using 1 over 3 minus 1 over 2. So this one is going to be giving you 2 over 6 minus 3 over 6. So this is 1 minus 1 over 6. But the second difference is going to be using the 1 over 4 minus 1 over 3. So this one will giving you equal to 3 over 12 minus 4 over 12. So this is minus 1 over 12. So for these two differences are not the same, so we can say that this is not a arithmetic sequence. Okay, so for the second questions, we have the first term and the common difference of the arithmetic sequence are a and d respectively. So let Tn be the general term. And now we have to express the T2, 3, 4, and 5, and then in terms of the A and D. So first of all, if you can think about it, so we have T1, this A is our T1, isn't it? And then this is our D. So from T1 to T2, the difference is going to be D. So try to pause the video again and then try to do it yourself, okay? So for T2, as we have the T2 minus T1 is equal to the common difference D, isn't it? So we can say that the T2 is just equal to D plus T1. We just move this T1 back to the right hand side, so it becomes 2 positive. So as the T1 is equal to A, we just write it as A plus D. Okay, so do the similar thing. We have T3 is equal to A plus 2D, T4 is equal to A plus 3D, and then for the next one, T5 is just equal to A plus 4D. Alright, so now we're into using the result of the A and then find out a general term. So if you can see that when this is 2, it's only 1D. When this is 3, it's 2D. When this is 4, we have a 3D. And when this is a 5, we have a 4D. So when this is an n, what we need to have is just n minus 1, isn't it? So Tn is just equal to A plus n minus 1D. Okay? So for question 3, we have to find out the general term Tn and then the fifth term of the sequence. So the hint for you is just using the Tn, the general term is equal to the first term plus n minus 1 times d. So try to substitute these two values back into this formula, and then you can get a general formula of Tn. And then remember to find out the fifth term as well. So now we can substitute the whole thing inside it. So Tn just equal to the A, giving you is 8. So h minus n minus 1 times d, the d is 3. So now we can expand the bracket. We have 3 times the n, 3 times minus 1, so we have 3n minus 3. So we simplify this 8 and negative 3, we have 3n plus 5. Then we can substitute the 5 to be our n. We have 3 times 5 plus 5, giving you the answer of 20. Okay, so part B is the similar one. So pause the video, try to do it by yourself. Okay, so now we have this Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1D. It's always starting from this formula. And then now we can substitute the value of A and D back into our equation. So now we have 26 plus n minus 1 times negative 5. So once again, when you're using a negative 5 times the whole thing, remember to give a bracket, okay? So now we separate the bracket, we expand it. We have 26 minus 5 times n, giving you minus 5n. For the next part, we have negative 5 times negative 1. So this is going to be giving you a positive 5. So plus the 5 again. So now we can combine this 26 and 5. We have this 31 minus 5n. So that's for the general term. Then to find out the fifth term, which is substitute in. So 31 minus 5 times 5, giving you the answer is 6. Okay, so that's for question 3. So moving to the next question, we have a arithmetic sequence like this: negative 5, negative 1, blah, blah, blah. And then they're asking you to find out the general term. So still remember that the Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d. So if we can understand what is a, that's the first term, isn't it? And then the d is our common difference, then we can find out the general term. So try to pause the video to think about how can we get the first term in this sequence, and then how can we get a common difference. Okay, so pause the video, take some time to think about it. Alright, so now as we have this sequence, the first term just the first number, isn't it? So the first term is just negative 5, and the common difference is using negative 1 minus the negative 5. So this is just equal to 4 plus the 4. Okay, so the common difference just giving you 4. Okay, so we substitute this into our Tn. So Tn just equal to negative 5 as the first term plus n minus 1 times our common difference, which is 4. Then we can expand the bracket. We have negative 5 plus 4n minus 4. So now we combine them. This is negative 5 minus 4 giving you negative 9. So this is 4n minus 9. So for part B, they're saying that if the kth term, so kth term we can write as tk, isn't it? So tk, just substitute this k to become n. So we have 4k minus 9, which is equal to 31. So now you can try to find out what is the value of k. So for the part B, we have the tk is just equal to 4k minus 9, and they're telling you it's equal to 31. So now we have this 4k equal to 40, then we have the k is equal to 10. Alright, so for the next one, the question 5, we have to find out the general term. So again, we're using the formula that the Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d. So try to think about it by yourself. What is a, what is d? Okay, so as again, a is this first term. So we have the a is equal to 3 over 4, and the d is equal to the next term, the half, minus 3 over 4. So this one can giving you 2 over 4 minus 3 over 4, giving you the value of negative a quarter. Okay, so now we need to find out the general term. So our Tn just equal to the a, the first term, plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Now we can substitute these two values inside. So 3 over 4 plus n minus 1. Remember, this is a negative number, so giving a bracket first, and then we can expand the bracket. So 3 over 4 plus, but remember this is negative quarter times n, so it becomes negative 1 over 4n. And then now we have this negative times this negative 1, so it becomes positive. So positive 1 over 4. And now we can combine this 3 over 4 and 1 over 4 will give you just a 1 minus a quarter of n. Okay, so now we can say that the kth term, so kth term again is tk, isn't it? So tk is giving is equal to negative 1, so find out the value of k. Now we just substitute the tk is just equal to 1 minus a quarter of k, giving you minus 1. So now we can swap them, becomes 1 plus 1, giving you 1 over 4k. So that k just simply equal to 2 times 4, giving you 8. Okay, so that's for question 5. So moving to question 6, we have the first term. The first term is equal to 7, and the fourth term is equal to 22. So we can try to think about it. Our first term, just writing as t1 is equal to 7, and then for the second equation, we have the fourth term, which is t4 is equal to 22. So t1 just equal to a, isn't it? But for t4, we can write it as a plus 4 minus 1 times d. And then this is equal to 22. So now we can say that as we have the 7 just equal to a, we can just change this a to be 7 as well. So I have 7 plus 3d is equal to 22. So we have 3d is equal to 22 minus 7, give you 15. So that we have the d is equal to 5. So now we can say that Tn is just equal to using the first term plus n minus 1 times d is equal to the first term, which is 7 plus n minus 1 times the common difference, which is 5. Then we have 7 plus 5 times n, giving you 5n. 5 times minus 1 giving you minus 5. Then we combine them, 7 minus 5 giving you 2. So we have 5n minus 2. Alright, so for part B, we have the kth term again. This is the tk is equal to 47, isn't it? So we just substitute the whole thing inside it. So I have part B here. We have tk, which is equal to 47, which means that the 5k minus 2, again, we just substitute this k to be the n. Okay, so now we have this 5k minus 2 giving you 47. So 5k is equal to 49. So the k is just equal to, is there a problem here? So try to figure it out. So again, we have the first term is equal to 7. So 7 is equal to a, that's correct. And then now we have the fourth term is equal to 22. So we have a plus 4 minus 1d is equal to 22. So we substitute the 7 equal to a, be here is 7, and we have 3d is equal to 22. So we have the d is equal to 5, which is all correct. So now to try to think about it. So the a, so the general term is equal to the a plus n minus 1 times d. So we just substitute all the things inside it. So now we have this is 7 plus n minus 1 times 5. So 7 plus 5n minus 5 is giving you this 5n minus 2, isn't it? That's correct. Sorry, this is going to be 5n plus 2. Sorry. So that's the mistake. And then now we can find it out. So we just substitute the whole thing inside. So we have this is equal to 45. Then we can say that k is equal to 9. Sorry, made a mistake, but hope you can find out my mistake as well. Okay, so for question 7, the fourth term and the fifth term, which is equal to -6 and -9. So first of all, I can just write them out. So for T4, so T4 can representing by using the a plus 4 minus 1 times d, giving you the answer is equal to -6. And then we have T5 just equal to a plus 5 minus 1 times d. And that's equal to -9. So now we have these two equations, then we can simplify it to get actually the a plus 3d equal to -6, and we have a plus 4d equal to -9. Then we can just using the second term minus the first term. So if you do the second minus the first, we can have this is the a minus a is gone. So 4d minus 3d giving you d, and then we have the -9 minus -6. So the d is going to be equal to -3. Then we can substitute back into our first equation. Then we substitute d equal to -3 into the first equation. So we have a plus 3 times -3 equal to -6. So we have the a just equal to -6 plus 9, and giving you the a is just equal to 3. So now we get the a, the first term, and the common difference, so that we have the tn is just equal to the first term 3 plus n minus 1 times the common difference -3. And then we just expand the bracket, so we have 3 plus the -3n, and then plus the 3, giving you 6 minus 3n. Okay, so that's for question 7.